You ready?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Call to order the May meeting of the City of New Bern Board of Adjustment. Tonight we have just one item to consider. Let's have a roll call first, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Peter Dillon,
Here.
Jim Morrison,
Here.
John Riggs, Kit Paragoy, Barbara Sampson,
Here.
Jonathan Foster,
Here.
Ross Beebe.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Good, thank you. We have new business. The only new business tonight is a consideration of a special use permit request for an elementary and secondary school located at 5001 Clock Road. Property is further identified as a portion of Craven County parcel ID number 8-209-25001. This is in the West New Bern subdivision. Anybody who is intending to speak, please come forward and Seth will sign you in, or excuse me, swear you in.
I did.
And Seth, when you're ready, if you'd review the proposal.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So again, this is a 8.86 acre site in the West New Bern subdivision or development. You can see in the map here, I've got a star on the site, so in the north corner. That site is cleared now. The current zoning is C3. It's got this proposed site plan here that hopefully y'all had a good time to review. And I added the landscape plan just because it's a little less busy to see the footprint where the buildings will be. So you can see that the special use is required for the elementary and secondary school in the C3, C3H zoning districts. And the property was properly posted. So here's a current picture of what the site looks like right now. The proposed project was reviewed and approved by the city's Department Site Plan Review Committee on February the 25th, 22. The tract received final subdivision plat approval from the New Bern Planning and Zoning Board at their May 3rd, 22 regular meeting. The 8.86 acre tract or lot was recorded on 5/13/22. Staff finds the proposed project is consistent with the plans, rules, and regulations of the City of New Bern with no further changes. According to section 15-146 of the land use ordinance, an elementary and secondary school, including associated grounds, athletic, and other facilities, must obtain a special use permit to operate in the C3 zoning district. Staff finds that the applicant has met all the land use ordinance requirements. Section 15-54 for a special use permit. There's no objection to the approval of this request. I'll go back up to the map. Trying to go up to the map. So I can take any questions this time, or any questions for the applicant. We do have two representatives of the application here tonight.
If the applicant would just come forward, just identify yourself and just give any brief additions to the concept that Seth just went over.
Sure, thank you. Good evening. I'm Tara Murphy, project manager with McKim & Creed. I'm assisting Cliff Parsons, attorney with Warden Smith on this request. With me tonight is Kelly Kaiser. She's also with McKim & Creed, and we're representing Weyerhaeuser. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. It's quite an evening, and we appreciate your attendance at the meeting tonight. Seth made a great presentation. I really don't have too much to add. We certainly appreciate a thorough presentation and the effort that staff has continued to show us as we try and progress the West New Bern development. A lot of effort has been put to get to this point, and we would certainly appreciate your support this evening. Kelly and I are both happy to answer any questions you may have.
Okay, there's no public here, so we don't have any questions or comments from the public? Or any comments or questions from the board at this point?
Yes. What grades will it consist of?
Ultimately, it'll be K through 12, and they're going to stagger it. They'll start slowly and open the first building, and then when that student population gets to the next level, then they'll start to progress the next buildings.
Okay. What would the name of the place be?
Currently, it's Thales Academy.
Who?
Thales,
Please spell it, please.
Thales, Thales.
Okay.
I'll only mention that according to their website, it's Thales,
Thales.
Greek, apparently. So, but I didn't know that either. So, what we do here tonight, the Board of Adjustment holds a quasi-judicial hearing on an application for a certificate, a special use permit. We hear sworn testimony and evidence provided by the applicant, by parties who received notice of the hearing, and by others who can justify they have relevant evidence and are directly affected by the application. The process we go through, if you've done it before, we have 6 questions, and we ask for your comments on all 6. Any public comments on each of the 6. And then after that, we close that portion and go to our own consideration of the same 6 steps. So first, we'll hear public testimony on the application considering 6 specific findings. I'll read each, then ask for comment by the applicant, and then the public, there being no public tonight. And I assume because notice was only given to parties on either side of the property, there were none other than Weyerhaeuser at this point.
It was with per the statute, we notify every property owner within 100 feet of the property. In this case, that included Weyerhaeuser, the railroad, state of North Carolina, and one other, but I think it was related to Weyerhaeuser as well.
Okay, so the first finding we have to consider is the requested permit is within its jurisdiction according to the table of permissible uses. Any comments on that?
Yes, we are in the C3 district, and this is an allowable use as a special use permit in that chart.
Any questions on board members? Number 2, the application is complete. We've had the city review.
That's correct.
And you're finished.
Yes.
Any questions up here? No. Number 3, if completed as proposed in the application, the development will comply with all of the requirements of this ordinance.
Yes, it will.
Any concerns up here? Number 4, the use will not materially endanger the public health or safety if located where proposed and developed according to the plan as submitted.
This will be a positive effect on the public health and safety.
And there were no safety considerations in the design.
The only safety consideration may have been the traffic, and that has been adequately addressed by the project engineer and the master developer.
Any questions up here? Number 5, the use will not substantially reduce the value of adjoining property or abutting property, or that the use is a public necessity.
This is a school educational use. It is a public necessity, and there will be no adverse effects to adjoining property owners.
Any concerns up here? And number 6, the location and character of the use, if developed according to the plan as submitted and approved, will be in harmony with the area in which it is to be located and in general conformity with the plan of the development of the city.
The proposed school use has been proposed for inclusion as part of the West New Bern Master Development as planned, and the Board of Aldermen adopted a development agreement on October 23rd, 2018, and this was identified. The request is in conformance with the plan of development and is in harmony with the area that it is proposed.
And as Seth noted, it was simply, recently approved by the planning board.
Yes, sir.
Any comments or questions? Do I have a motion to close the public portion of the hearing?
I make a motion to close the public.
Second.
All those in favor, so just say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Now we'll consider each of the 6 requirements here. You can sit down if you like. Well, we can ask you a question while you're sitting, I'm sure, if we have one. Go through those same 6 again for the board. Number 1, the requested permit is within its jurisdiction according to the table of permissible uses. Any comments there? Do I have a motion for that finding?
I'll make the motion. It is within the jurisdiction according to the table of permissible uses.
Second.
All those in favor? Excuse me, roll call, please.
Yes, sir. Peter Dillon,
Aye.
Jim Morrison,
Aye.
Barbara Sampson,
Aye.
Jonathan Foster,
Aye.
Ross Beebe.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Okay, number 2, the application is complete. Are there any concerns by the board members? Do you have a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I propose that we accept the application as being complete.
Second?
I'll second that.
Roll call, please.
Peter Dillon,
Aye.
Jim Morrison,
Aye.
Barbara Sampson,
Aye.
Jonathan Foster,
Aye.
Ross Beebe.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Number 3, if completed as proposed in the application, the development will comply with all of the requirements of this ordinance. Any concerns, questions up here still? A motion?
Mr. Chairman, based on the information presented, I move that we approve that this will meet all of the requirements of the ordinance.
Second.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Peter Dillon,
Aye.
Jim Morrison,
Aye.
Barbara Sampson,
Aye.
Jonathan Foster,
Aye.
Ross Beebe.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Number 4, the use will not materially endanger the public health or safety if located where proposed and developed according to the plan as submitted. Any concerns? Motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move that we accept, but based upon the information presented, that this, if followed, it will not materially endanger the public health or safety.
Second.
Roll call?
Peter Dillon,
Aye.
Jim Morrison,
Aye.
Barbara Sampson,
Aye.
Jonathan Foster,
Aye.
Ross Beebe.
Aye.
Motion passes.
And number 5 is double one. The use will not substantially reduce the value of adjoining or abutting property, or that the use is a public necessity. Do we consider that both of those would apply, and if so, a motion?
I make a motion that the use will not substantially reduce the value of adjoining or abutting property, or that the use is a public necessity.
Second.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Peter Dillon,
Aye.
Jim Morrison,
Aye.
Barbara Sampson,
Aye.
Jonathan Foster,
Aye.
Ross Beebe.
Aye.
Motion passes.
And number 6 is the location and character of the use, if developed according to the plan as submitted and approved, will be in harmony with the area in which it is to be located and in general conformity with the plan of development of the city. Any concerns by the board members? Motion?
I'll make the motion. The location and character of the use if developed according to the plan submitted and approved will be in harmony with the area in which it is to be located and in general conformity with the plan of development of the city.
Second.
Roll call.
Peter Dillon,
Aye.
Jim Morrison,
Aye.
Barbara Sampson,
Aye.
Jonathan Foster,
Aye.
Ross Beebe.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Okay, have a motion to close the, excuse me, motion to approve the special use permit.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we approve the special use permit for this project.
Second.
Roll call.
Peter Dillon,
Aye.
Jim Morrison,
Aye.
Barbara Sampson,
Aye.
Jonathan Foster,
Aye.
Ross Beebe.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Are there any conditions the board or the staff feel should be added to this permit?
Staff didn't have any.
No members. If we find no additional conditions need to be added to the permit, is there any further business tonight from the board members?
Now, I just have one question though. What would it, how much would it cost a year for this academy? You don't know yet? Okay, all right, thank you.
There being no other comments, motion to adjourn,
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
favor? All those favor, aye. Motion, the meeting is adjourned. And thank you for coming, appreciate it.
Yep, absolutely.
Thank you, everybody.